Hey there everybody, Packmaster here, and today if my computer doesn't crap out on me again, I won't have to make a pretty long video and have to redo the entire thing all over again. But anywho, welcome back to Brave Frontier. Now, obviously this is again the new update where we got the new Grand Quest and the new data for the Frontier Hunter. Now the Grand Quest is about Sirius. Now, it basically shows like how his empire, the Berea Empire, basically fell, and it's kind of pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So today also I'm going to show the brand new Omnis I got, or the Omnis I'm going to be getting soon. But I did get Sirius again, as I mentioned on Instagram, I think. Too bad he's Oracle, so that kind of makes it a bit more unbearable. But I did get Xenia from the All Dark summon. And I do have the alt art for her because I did do the what was it called, the 3rd anniversary login stuff. I got her alt art from that. I want to have a second one and just like keep her at 7 stars so I can use her for having that alt art. So also I got Stein. Before I had one, I think it was like Breaker or Guardian, and now I get one that's Oracle. So yeah, and before there was like a big bug apparently that had all the cottons being different types, so that's kind of weird. I mean, at this point it's kind of beyond me because I just but I remember I did get I think I evolved. Yeah, I evolved what's his face, I believe, question mark. But I did summon for Eriki and Samira. I did the multi-summon. I got Rosalia, Holia, and Zeku. Did some other summons again and got my first Fanfang. Then I got the second one, and they're both Animas, which is actually pretty good. Like, my 2 favorite types in this game are Anima and Breaker. So, why is it lagging out like that? We're at like fucking 6 frames. Holy hell. Let me close that out. So, okay, I'm just going to close that out. But we're going to go into something that's actually pretty cool. Now, as I do this, let's watch me fuck it all up. Okay, and we're back again now. You know, just showing you all right now. This is the new update, obviously. Bug fixes with the Guild Raid. Guild Raid Season 2 rewards have been dropped. We got in my guild, I should say, I got silver. So hopefully my computer doesn't crash. And this is where it crashed last time when I was talking about the new Brave Frontier Global in Europe collaboration that'll be happening. Now what's going to basically be happening is we're getting a special dungeon in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. Oh, sorry. I was like recording for like 20 minutes last time and it just crashed. My computer just blue screen of death in the middle of the recording. So there's that. I'm going to try to get this done really quickly too. So we'll be getting Arthur and Lancelot. Right now we have the unit details for Lancelot, but not Arthur. Let me F5 this real fast. But we'll be getting Arendite, Lancelot's extra sphere, which gives him 30% boost to max HP, boost attack to how high HP is from 0 to 100, boost BB gauge each turn by 6 BC, and boosts BB gauge when attacked by 3 to 4 BC. That's really good. Obviously, again, no info about Arthur, but we do have info on the Legends of Neo Avalon dungeon that we'll be getting. We get photon bots. Now, these photon bots, you get them to make a photon sword. When you get the photon sword, you can make it with a demon shard. Well, not a demon shard, but you can get a demon shard, evil eye, and lost claws, and you can get the photon sword made from 50 photon bots and make Arendite. So there's that. And it seems like we're only getting Lancelot and Arthur in this. Not bad because they're both really good units in my opinion. Also we'll be getting imps. Not bad because, you know, like I just like getting imps to fuse stuff whenever it's like, hey, guess what, your dailies diffuse crap. I'm like, oh, where are my imps? So we're gonna be getting the new limited edition unit called Lancelot. Now this guy is Dark Omni, and his cost is 50. His Lord stats is HP is 8,400. Max attack is 3,000. Defense is 3,300. Recovery is 2,800 roughly. Those can all be modified using imps by 1,500 for health and 600 for attack, defense, and recovery. Not bad. His normal attack is 13 hits, and he boosts 3 per hit, making it a total of 39 BCs dropped, which is actually really good for his Brave Bursts, because they're all really cheap. In my opinion, they're all really cheap, and his leader skill is kind of easy to proc. So here it is. It's called Impregnable Defense, and it is a 60% boost to max HP, 130% boost to spark damage, boosts attack, defense, and recovery relative to remaining HP 20 to 60%. Slightly reduces damage taken by 20 for 2 turns when you've hit 15 spark. Now, reason I am highlighting the 15 spark so much is because that's really easy to get if you just have a decent team. In my case, I would just need to get Fan Fang, just have them use their BB or SBB, and spark's already done. So that's easy to proc, and it's only for 2 turns, which is kind of sad, but it's actually really good if you're trying to go on a more like a defensive route. So there's that, and his Brave Burst is called Mechanical Hoplite, and it produces 28 BC, generates 27, 1 per hit, being a 27 powerful combo attack, dark attack on all foes, 340%. Damage reduction for 1 turn, boosts defense relative to max attack, well, not max attack, relative to attack for 70% for 3 turns, and negates crit damage for 2 turns. Now, the negation of critical damage is really good, because I've used these units when I played Brave Frontier Europe one time in the character quest. But the bad part is that the text is so tiny I couldn't read it. So, irregardless, this guy's BB is actually really good for more defensive. For a more defensive route, is you go Mechanical Hoplite and you just spam BB. But if you want to attack, you can go for 29 BC. Max generated 37, this being a 37 combo powerful attack on all foes, 540%, 50% damage reduction for 2 turns, spark damage boosts BB gauge by 2 to 3 BC for 3 turns, enormously boosts spark damage by 150% for 3 turns, and boosts attack relative to defense 70% for 3 turns, and negates crit damage for 2 turns. Now, it's really good that he's keeping his defenses by having that negate crit damage, is what I was going to say, and that 50% damage reduction for 2 turns. That's really, really good. Now, his Spark Eyes BB gauge is really good too. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's really good in with, what is it? There's something else on here. I can't remember, but yeah. He's actually a pretty powerful unit right now. He's actually pretty powerful in the game. He's not like super brilliant, but he's decent. So, yeah. Now, I like how Spear of Deception and Mechanical Hoplite are basically opposites of each other. Spear of Deception is more offensive and Mechanical Hoplite is more defensive, but that 50% damage reduction for 1 turn is pretty bad for a defensive standpoint. Think people like Hisui and Limo and Krantz can do better. Like you get, and Zect, because Zect also gives elemental damage negation, or elemental weakness damage reduction, I should say. Elemental weakness negation, elemental stuff like that. Krantz also gives elemental stuff. Quaid, Zeruya, and Ciara give elemental attack, elemental attacks. Like you can get like fire, water, earth, and thunder on like Ciara, I think, and you can get her an SP special skill that gives her light and dark as well, which is actually really good. Now his UBB is 32 BC required, 45 generated, 45 massive dark attack on all foes, 1600%, and 75% damage reduction for 3 turns. Enormously boosts spark damage 350 for 3 turns. Activates the dark barrier, which I think might be like a Tridon's shield or like a Limo's shield, where it's based off of defense and slowly takes damage, so that you still take damage, but it's less from the shield. It's less from the shield or barrier. I can't remember what it's called. And enormously boosts attack and defense by 400% for 3 turns. Now with that, you can pretty much stomp anything, because you get that damage reduction, spark damage increase, dark barrier, and the attack and defense. Also, that being a 45 combo, which is really fucking high, is still pretty good. Also, his extra skill is a 30% boost to defense and max HP, adds status ailment removal effect to BB and SBB when Erendite is equipped, and a 100% boost to spark damage. So he gets 230% boost to spark damage and a 90% boost to max HP just from his leader skill and extra skill, which is pretty damn high. And that's actually really good. Now on to his SP options. We have for 25, first part, we have 50% boost to all parameters. For 10, we have raises attack parameter to 130,000, which is not that bad at all. Adds probable spark critical for 3 turns to BB and SBB. Adds spark vulnerability for 2 turns from BB and SBB, which are both 20. I don't see these being used too much, but if you want to have like a spark Lancelot, then I guess you could, but I'm not going to use those personally because this next one takes the cake in my opinion. Allows the BB's damage reduction to last for 2 turns instead of 1, and it's only 15. So that's actually pretty fucking sweet in my opinion, because again, it's free. It's basically free, because all you need to do right from the get-go is just put a burst, like max him out, get his BB levels maxed out, put a burst emperor on him. Your BB effect now lasts for 2 turns, like the SBB. That's really good, because coming from a mitigation standpoint, coming from a solid defense standpoint, it's really, really good just to have those things. Now for 30 and 10, which I don't know why they couldn't have just made these 20 and 20 or 20 and 30, like having this one be a having the one up here be like a prerequisite for the bottom one. So you have to get like the top one first, then the bottom one. But I'm not sure if it's going to work that way. Like you get this one, then you unlock that one. But for 30, you get a attack, defense, recovery, reducing effect, negation effect for 2 turns to BB. And the same exact thing for the SBB. Now this could be usable. I mean, in most other like good players' opinions, this is probably one of the better ones, because it's negation, like it's attack, defense, recovery, reducing negation, which is actually really good in certain places. Also, for 15 at the bottom here, we have enhances BB gauge. BB gauge, what am I talking about? Enhances BB's huge boost to defense by 10% relative to attack effect. Now that basically brings it up to 80%. Same thing with the bottom here, it brings it up to 80%. Not bad at all. I mean, I probably would take these, but I'll get to my opinion later after we see this last one here, which is a considerable HP restoration effect during Spark. 400 HP or 500 HP for 3 turns to BB and SBB. Not bad, but I don't think I'll be using that one too much. If I do use that one, I probably would make like a Sparker one. But if I'm going to make a Sparker one, I'm going to get these 2 and then this. And which will be 20, 40, 60, 75. So 75, probably get the parameter boost. Then these 2, then that for a Sparker set. But for a more well-rounded defensive set, you probably still get the parameter boost. Or I mean, you could get the parameter limit increase. I'm not really a big fan of that, but it could be good for some people. Like we have a bunch of units that can raise attack parameters, so I don't see it as being useful because you could just like go out, hit a random summon gate, and boom, you get like some guy who can raise the attack parameter. It's like, oh cool, not really that brilliant. Not really super brilliant, but it exists. But the setup I'll be using will be the first one, which is 25 SP for 50% boost all parameters. Then I'll get the one that's the BB 50% damage reduction for 2 turns instead of 1. So that's already 40. Now I can get another 60. So I'm going to stick with what I thought of before, which would be getting the parameter boost, which is 50. Like, I know I just said I don't like it too much, but it's still pretty good to have, just in case, like, if you forget, like, oh no, I forgot to bring like that unit for this particular thing, then there you go, attack parameters covered. And finally, since I only have 50 points left, I really don't know what else I'll pick, because I've already gotten 50 points already kind of like divvied out. So like this guy's pretty hard, but I think I'll make a Sparker one first by getting that, this, and then so that'll be what? 25, 35, 60. Then we'll get, what is it? 60, yeah, then these two. So that's my thoughts on this new unit. I mean, he's not bad. In fact, I'm not gonna say he's bad at all. He's actually really freaking decent. But I'm gonna make a Sparker first. Like if I get a Breaker, I'll make a Sparker first. If I get Anima, I'll make a defensive one first. Only that this space of 2 days will be like the big telling thing of whether or not I'm gonna get Anima Breaker or make it defensive or offensive. Because I try to make more health and defense based units more offensive. Like if I have an Oracle, if I have a Guardian, or if I have an Anima, I'll try to make it more defensive. If I have a Breaker or a Lord, I'll make it more offensive. Now, kind of like the middle one there would be Anima, because you can pretty much do what you want with that. Like Anima has so much health, they kind of don't need to worry about it too much, but they do have so little of every other stat that those stats matter. So I think if I were to pick like a certain lineup for types, it would be Anima first, then Guardian, then Breaker, then Lord, then Oracle. So that's my opinions on this unit, guys. That's just my opinion. I can feel free to do whatever I want. Feel free to do whatever you want. I mean, right now it's really kind of like my choice, like whether or not I summon for this unit or not. Personally, I think I will. I'll summon for both Lancelot and Arthur. I'll do another video on Arthur when I get the chance to. But anywho, guys, Packmaster here. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe. Like the video if you like the video. Comment to tell me what I can do better. Dislike it if you dislike it. And with that being said, guys,